All right, welcome back to the channel, everybody. I apologize if my voice is a little weird. I've been sick for the last few days trying to get over it, but wanted to make this video. Guys may or may not have seen my video where I was going to use this drone to go drone fishing, and I had tested it, you know, to see how much weight it would hold and things like that, and it passed all those tests, but I was in a rush to go fishing. Keep note of that part, being in a rush. But maiden voyage actually fishing, and I crashed this thing right into the ocean. It was a really fun time. First, I'm going to show you guys some pictures of what it looks like when I got it back. I crashed it in the ocean and didn't get it back for a couple of days. I found on a local Facebook forum that somebody had found a drone, and you know, the whole message me to identify it and we'll get it back to you. And I was actually really excited about that. I do have DJI Care refresh on this, so the fact that I have this to send back saved a lot of money. So even though I crash it, I'm still getting off cheap, you know, $100. So I don't know if you can see here, but I had my Freewell polarizing lens on there. It was still on there when I got it back, but I took it off. And this thing is just completely full of sand. I'm going to put this near the microphone to see if you can hear it. But yeah, full of sand. None of the sensors broke, but just heavy as can be. Totally useless. You can see the salt leaching out of this thing. The battery's stuck in there. I can't get it out, so I'm just going to send it back like it is. And actually, I already got the shipping label from DJI to send it back. They want the battery serial number, but I can't get the battery out. They're going to have to do that themselves. I'm afraid of trying to disassemble it or anything, and that'd be its own problem. So anyhow, I'm just going to send a note in there telling them what happened. I can still shake sand out of it. Real nice. My SD card did make it though. It's obviously not in there anymore, but yeah, look at that. Salt water just corrodes this stuff up so quick. Ironically, the SD card still works. I was pretty surprised about that. The lady's gonna mail it back to me. Her husband, they live up north in Alaska. They took that home with them to see if they could find out who the owner was, which it didn't actually find me, but I think I'll put a help file on there from now on. But basically, just glad to get this thing back. It's completely toast, obviously. So is my airdropper. I'm less concerned about that. That's like $30. This is obviously not $30. All right, so what I'm gonna go over next is how I came to crash. Hopefully you're enjoying the video. Just wanted to take a second to remind you about the 1,000 subscriber giveaway. Once I reach 1,000 subscribers, I'm going to be giving away one of these, a Firehouse Technologies Arc 5 Pro strobe light. Really handy for flying at night, keeps you within legal limits of the 3 statute miles of visibility. So be sure to check the description and figure out the details, but I can tell you in a nutshell, like this video, subscribe to my channel, and comment down below on this video. And once I reach 1,000 subscribers, I'm going to pick somebody who has commented on one of these videos, and I'll get in touch with you and send you a brand new one of these out. All right, it's kind of windy out here, but I'm working with what I got. That's just the weather here. It's always garbage. So basically, there's several contributing factors to why I crashed. At the end of the day, it's user error. This was my fault. I'm not here to be a know-it-all about drones or anything like that. I'll show you the good stuff and the bad stuff, but you know, I've obviously analyzed how this happened. First, I went to what I thought was going to be a little bit of a remote beach. I should have went a different place that I had in mind, but I didn't. And I end up getting this guy that just kind of glues himself to me. He saw me carrying all this stuff out there, and he's super interested, and I get it, but I really didn't need that kind of distraction on my maiden voyage. And there were people walking their dog and all these other distractions, blah, blah, blah. Long story short, when I tested this first, without actual fishing line attached to it, not attached to a rod and reel. I had my, my gear hanging down here, and I was flying it around like that, and that was just fine. Where I messed up, and what I think actually caused this to crash, is once I had that fishing line attached to it, I had something trailing off the back here, and I hadn't accounted for that. It was down here, but trailing off the back, and I only flew maybe 20-25 feet off the ground when I did this, and I've got like an 11-foot fishing rod. So didn't factor in the whole geometry of this thing. So what I should have done is fly much higher, because once you've got a line attached to this, when you start going out this way, the farther it goes, this line's going to be back here, and when you go to stop, the drone kind of kicks up like that, and I believe that's when it got into the propellers and made it fall out of the sky. I've only got a very tiny clip of that. I was filming it with this camera that I'm filming this video with. I'm going to see if I can get that in the video. I just don't know how well it's going to show up, but I'll give it a shot. So in the future, I think what I need to do, if I'd have been flying at like 200 feet, I don't think that would have happened to me. That would change the geometry. That fishing line would stay lower, just thinking of the angles. I don't know if that's making any sense, but it makes sense to me. I would draw it out, but you definitely don't want to see me drawing pictures. So anyhow, I think that's why it crashed, and I'm definitely not giving up. I'm gonna get another airdrop system here. These aren't too expensive, 30 bucks. This one here, Dunsky. But yeah, as soon as I get done with this video, unboxing this sucker up and sending it back to DJI, and I'll get a new one and a new battery, and we'll try this again. I'm also thinking I should have just used my Phantom 3 Advanced in the grand scheme of things. I know a different way to drop bait with it, but that drone only cost me 50 bucks. This one kind of hurt, but I've got the refresh. All things considered, that $100 mistake isn't too bad for, what it could have been. So basically what I hope people take away from this is, and that I'm taking away from this, is one, don't get distracted. I already do my best to not really fly around a lot of people, because everybody wants to come over and see what you're doing, and a big part of this hobby is not wanting to really be around people. So what else to take away? Experiment with your rigs a little more than I did before you actually fly it out over the ocean. This wouldn't have been nearly as bad probably if I'd been over land, or also if I'd have tested it on land instead of just zooming it out there like I did. I probably would have spotted that geometry problem there. So don't be distracted, keep it away from people, and test your setups more than I did. Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget about the 1,000 subscriber giveaway. We're almost halfway there. I talked about that in the beginning of the video here, so be sure to like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below, and see if we can't get you one of those Firehouse Technologies Arc 5 Pro lights. I didn't have my light on this drone because it was broad daylight at that time, but I've already taken away the adhesive because I'm literally going to finish this video up, box it up, and send it off to DJI. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you learned something.